everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about Session 2.3, Roots and Powers. In this subsession, we will learn how to express numbers by roots and powers. First, let's look at roots. I believe that you are all very familiar with roots, like this one, this, and this. But do you know how to read them? This expression, we call it the square root of 2. Then this one, we call it the cubic root of 2. Notice the key word square and cubic, and compare the difference in the expression. This is called the fourth root of 2. This is the fifth root of 2. You can generalize these rules of expression to higher order powers of all real numbers. For example, the kth root of n is the kth root of certain real number n. In the following, we will see an example that you might be very familiar with, the golden ratio. The golden ratio is a very special number which is often related to our sense of beauty. People say if the proportionality of the elements within an item is close to this special ratio, we tend to feel that this item is beautiful. An example is the famous portrait painting La Gioconda by Leonardo da Vinci. The composition of this painting is found to fit the spiral of golden ratio, called the golden spiral. We think this portrait is full of beauty, aren't we? So, what is the golden ratio? The exact expression of this ratio is 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. The value is approximately 1.618. This is a fraction, and there is a square root of 5 in the numerator. Let's read it again. 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. Having learned the example of the golden ratio, let's try another practice question. How do you read this number? In the following, we turn to the expression of numbers by powers. They are the expressions like this, and this. We actually bump into them very often. But how do you read them? The first one reads 2 squared, and the second one is called 2 cubed. Please notice the tense. There is a d attached to square and cube. We must say 2 squared instead of 2 square, and 2 cubed instead of 2 cube. We can also change the base 2 to other numbers. Here we take number k to represent general numbers. So we have k squared and k cubed. Again, please notice that d must be attached to the words square and cube. Okay, we have been through squared and cubed numbers. But how about higher order powers, like this one? Well, there are two ways to read this expression. You can read it by 2 to the power of 4, or 2 to the 4th power. But they are quite long expressions to read, so sometimes you hear people read 2 to the 4th or 2 to the 4 as abbreviations. Similarly, this one you can call it 2 to the power of 5 or 2 to the 5th power. In general, an expression like this can be read by n to the power of k or n to the kth power. Let's practice some examples here. The first one is 5 squared. Can you read the second one? It is 7 cubed. Easy, yeah? Let's try some more. The first one in this page is read as 6 to the power of 5 or 6 to the 5th power. The second one is called 16 to the power of 12. You can also call it 16 to the 12th power. Here are some more questions for you to practice. Can you pronounce these two expressions? Just use the principles that you just learned, and you can read even more complicated power expressions like this. Try to read them out. Good luck and have fun. So far, we completed session 2.3 on roots and powers. We also finished the whole session 2 about numbers. We will move to a new session in the next video. Stay tuned